Hello again and welcome to Crafty Doctor's YouTube channel. So this video is a follow-up video to the one that I did on the MSI Optics MAG271CQR, and there I looked at how to connect it to your Xbox One X, if the picture was any good, and also some of the basic settings that this monitor allows you to do on your Xbox One X. I also looked at the PC and some of the gameplay, picture quality, and some of the presets in there. However, there was several people on Reddit and also on my YouTube videos that were asking about the firmware update from .0.07 to firmware version .0.11. So I have sent mine away, and as you can see there in the video, it's showing FW.0.11. This was sent away to MSI for them to do the update. I couldn't do it myself, they wouldn't allow it. So obviously we're going to look at that and just see if what effects and also what added functionality MSI have included with this. Okay, so let's get into the video. Okay, so I'll start off by just opening the main menu up just to show you what setting I've got it on. I've got it currently set on user, which is basically some predefined settings that I have changed, and it's firmware version .0.11, which is the current firmware version as of June 2019. So one of my viewers from the previous videos emailed me across the change log that MSI had sent him, and his name is James Bennett, and he sent me the details across for the change log that I'm going to go through now. So number one, what they changed is to match the end card, PC set into hibernation, turn off monitor and PC, can't wake up. Second thing they changed, QHD 144 PC restart is not available. Third is modify the UART. Number four is new through the graphics card, can automatically update the software features. So I'm hoping that's going to allow us to update the monitor firmware, but we don't know until they release a new firmware version. Number five is modify the FPS color. Again, this is massively important. That's where the greens and the yellows have been reduced down. I will go into the video. We'll show you that a bit later on in the video. Number six is the DP signal, which is AMD Open Windmill tool, screen will mute. Number seven, modified the HDMI, FreeSync cannot switch, FreeSync state priority. Number eight, under HDMI, logo will disappear in a flash, modify item settings side effect. So number nine is EDID match changes. Number 10 is the modified matching Xbox One X, indirect FreeSync cannot be turned on. And number 11, modify on-screen display anti-hash behavior such as FreeSync, zero latency, anti-motion blur. So that's the 11 changes that they have made to the firmware. So the thing we need to look at really is to see how that's affected the screen, see if it's made it any better, and also see if the presets, MSI's presets, have changed. So if we look at the screen now, I'm on user at the moment, which is my predefined one. As I flick to the FPS setting, you can see that it has changed. The green just above where it says the Dauntless in the green there, you can see it's just slightly changed colour. So they've definitely done something to the preset, the FPS preset. I mean, the trick is to see if it's changed and affected it in a good way that we can now use the FPS preset when playing Xbox One X games or PC games on the MAG271CQR. So I'm just loading up, this is Xbox One X at the moment, connected via the HDMI, and I'm just going to load up Apex Legends, purely because the green differential between the different types of ammo is really clear to see when you're looking at it against the background. So we'll load this up. Also, another thing to bear in mind is I am recording this obviously through a camera, and it's not obviously lab conditions, so we can only sort of go off what the camera's seeing. So although it might look clear and slight changes in the shade, it's not the perfect condition to be recording, but at least it gives you an idea of how this screen will look on your Xbox One X, and also what colour changes and smoothness you can expect to see. All the usual stuff is all working. I've checked. We'll go into the menus a bit later on. I'll just turn off the aim assist, which is in the middle of the screen. I had that on just playing, see if they changed anything with that before. But yeah, so just turn the aim assist off there. So I'll just get down to these crates, and we need to just get to the green and yellow ammo. So I'll just speed this section up. We'll get to the ammos, and here we go. So okay, so if you play Apex Legends or not, it's really irrelevant at this point. You can see the greens, basically the heavy ammo is green, and it is currently showing up there green, and we'll go over to the yellows, and you can see the energy ammo, which is normally bright yellow, is still showing yellow. Now Bear in mind I'm on the user setting at the moment, so this is a predefined settings that I've set up, ones that I think I'm comfortable using. So I'm going to flick it across now using the menu key and go down to FPS, which is MSI's preset menu. So go down to FPS, and you can see straight away the bright yellows dull right off, and just about a hint of yellow still there. So originally they went grey, so they have changed it slightly, and these greens as well were grey, and now at least you can see some of the green, and also you can just about make the yellows out. Like I said, that is using their presets that MSI recommend for using for first-person shooters. Obviously when you're using your Xbox or PC using the MSI monitor, but I'll put it back across to user, and just if I flick down to show you the different ones, the racing, RTS, you can see the different presets and the different colours that show up. So you can use one of them. Obviously with the first-person shooter one, all the presets, the sharpness, and all the different settings that help you and keep the refresh rate good and all the rest of it will all be preset to help and assist in playing. So all in all, it is slightly better on the FPS mode, but it's still not perfect. Different games will fare better than others. Apex is sort of an extreme because of the bright greens and yellows. We'll quickly just go into the video settings, just show you here that we are still running at 1440p at 120 Hz, and also that we have, let's go back in and show you that we've got VARR enabled. So we've got the variable refresh rate enabled, we're running at 1440p, so we're all good there on the Xbox One X on this monitor. So yeah, some good stuff there, but like I said, got to bear in mind I am filming this with a camera in an external environment. It's not lab conditions by a long shot, so I'll just show you a bit of gameplay to go through, just so you can see there is no screen tearing and get an idea of the clarity and the smoothness that this screen plays. What are my impressions of it? I do have several monitors that I use, and I also have a couple of large screen TVs, a couple of 4K ones that I use to play on. I really like this monitor. I got this monitor to work with PC and with the Xbox One X. It's not perfect at either of them. It's not a brilliant PC monitor, and it's not a brilliant Xbox One X monitor, but it's a good balance in between. I don't think anybody's got the perfect screen out yet that can do both things really well, but this is getting there. It's nice to be able to switch from PC to Xbox One X gaming on the same monitor and it be okay and nice and clear, and also run at a higher refresh rate, and or should I say a smoother refresh rate or a higher resolution. Not 4K, but at this size, at 27 inch, I think it's about perfect at 1440p. So yeah, overall impressions, really happy with the monitor. And I'll be keeping it in the office for a while at this one. I have also had some requests via Reddit to run a few tests on this monitor. Now I don't usually get into the technical issue, the technical side of running tests on monitors, so I will run the tests and show them at the end of this video after this quick match, and just show you what they look like. There is the Ufo test, which shows blurring, but again it's being filmed with a not perfect environment on a camera looking at the monitor screen, so what you gauge from it is purely, I really don't know. Like I say, I don't usually get into the technical side, so I'm going to run the Ufo test, and also going to run the EZO monitor test, and this was requested by somebody on Reddit. Like I said, I've never used it before. I will go through the test, but it's all it's going to show you is the different tests. I think there's about 14 in total, and we'll go through that and just see if it helps people make a decision really on this screen. So we'll do that test now, and let's see how we look. So like I said, these different tests, we're going to run them all. But how beneficial this will be to somebody watching this screen, I'm unsure, but here we go anyway. So there's a couple of different things. I have run this a couple of times to have a look. My screen has no dead pixels, so that's a good thing, because there's a couple of people complaining of dead pixels on some of the newer screens. But yeah, everything is looking good on this one. These initial tests show the pixel colors, so it goes through the whole range, which is the black, white, red, and green and blue, and just showing you any pixel errors on them. One of the big things that a couple of people have mentioned is the banding issues with this screen. So I have seen evidence of that, but it's only very noticeable if you're looking for it. Now, I presume if you're watching films and stuff like that, and it might show up badly. There is a banding test on this in a second, and you can, for the naked eye, you can see the bands. You can just about make it out with me filming the panel as well. I think it's either test 9 or 10, which is coming up now. But the thing to note, this is a VA panel. I think it's an 8-bit VA panel. So like all the technologies for the different screens, IPS, TN and VA, they all have their own issues, and VA has some really high contrast ratios compared to the other screens, but it's never going to be as clear as, say, as an IPS. But that said, the IPS is not going to have the same contrast ratio. So there's some pluses and minuses for all these different screens, and you've got to sort of set your mark out what you fancy and what you like the look of when you're looking at these screens. The best thing is to see them side by side. I do have an IPS as well set to the other side of this for some specific work that I do on PC, but I also use this new screen now for PC, like I said earlier. Okay, so we're on the response time one now. Again, like I say, relying on the camera looking at this, but you're looking for blurring. I will run the UFO test after this test is finished and go through it. But yeah, like I said, this is a VA panel, which if you're not familiar with different types of panel, basically VA stands for vertical alignment. So it basically means the liquid crystals that supply the actual technology for the screen, they sit vertically to the screen surface, and then they twist around when the voltage is applied. Like the TN type LCDs, the two electrodes that apply the voltage to liquid crystal, they sit either side of the crystal layer. But anyway, I'm not going to go into the technical side. Let's just run this final test and get this video wrapped up. So again, this is another request from another Reddit user who want me to run the UFO test. I have got a couple of windows open here, but it's saying it's ready and it's okay with this. You're supposed to just run it in a single window, but the others sat in the background anyway. You can see there running at 144 Hertz, and it's currently saying 7 frames per second. I don't usually get involved with these technical tests, like I said earlier, so I'm unsure if it looks good or bad, or I haven't any reference point to other screens. I'm purely doing this test on a request only. And don't plan on really running them on any future videos I do. But anyway, I hope this video has been helpful. If it has, please do hit the subscribe button, please do hit the like button, and any comments below are always appreciated. And thank you very much for watching Crafty Doctor's YouTube channel.